let me get in hating everybody mode.
Okay.
Because I like everybody till we get to this point, boy.
Exactly.
Brought my candy cane, got another one, bullet. I saw Miss Bullet a while ago. Mm-hmm. Bond Bullet, I'm just telling you, buddy. Because she knows more about business than half the guys in the business.
That's why she's trying to get out.
Yeah, but she'll remind you quick. She didn't come here to wrestle. That's my motto, Bullet. Very good, big mark, boy. Oh, I love that. I got Joe LeDuc, the real Joe LeDuc, co-hosting with me today.
Iron Man Mark Thunder.
Oh, I love that. Oh, very much, Bullet. Very reminiscent. Got King Curtis here, Seth, sitting beside me. I love his forehead, but anyway.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Dad, You Don't Work, You Wrestle. You're the class. You know what time it is? George, how was your week?
Bullet, unbelievable. There is so much. Matter of fact, that's all hot. You know, last week we were here, Bullet, and a major snowstorm, major thunder, everything, lightning, everything, earthquake. And of course, this week it's 80 degrees right here.
You exaggerated, but actually all that did happen.
It sure did. The earthquake, too. The earthquake, I think, caught everybody off guard, Bullet. And people are saying, what are y'all talking about? But it is. A great, great day here. Dad, You Don't Work, You Wrestle television, kicking off a whole 61, I think, episodes. I'm starting to remember that now. Mm-hmm. Bullet, creeping up on 100. Creeping up on 100. But, Bullet, great, great weekend, Bullet. PWX going big time, buddy. I was a very, very special guest at one of the gimmick tables. My own. I always want to say that, Bullet. Yep. I was brought in to sit at a gimmick table. My own gimmick table, but a great, great weekend. Of course, here in Concord, and then we finished up back at Ziggy's. Boy, I was so proud of all of my guys. They all worked so hard, and everybody pitched in. And what's so amazing is I had that opportunity to tell a lot of people that came up, everybody wanted to train. One guy was very honest there in Ziggy, said that he didn't really want to wrestle, but can I be involved? And it goes back to what we've always said here, of course, that yes, we'll put you to hold a camera, we'll put you setting up a ring, setting up chairs, something, so you can be involved. But it was a great, great, great weekend, Bullet. My hat's off to everybody that worked so hard. Of course, my Stan Lane, Caleb Connolly, and Matt Hardy had a great, great match. Mm-hmm. You had a great, great match. I Quit rules, Bullet. Man, there wasn't nothing left standing after that match, Bullet. I'm just telling you. Most of the people in the front row that got took out. But just a great, great weekend, Bullet. We all had a great, great time. And that's what I want to touch on here right now. It seems like every time I just go to the bathroom, Bullet, it stirs up controversy. Well, boy, and you will enlighten this a little bit. And I know the weather happens, things happen, and shows get canceled. And I'll tie all this in here in a minute. But it comes down to what I want to say here is when is the right time to cancel the show and not cancel the show. Mm-hmm. And I go from experience. I had a ring rental this coming Saturday. Had it in my book for 2 months, as you know. And something happened, and they had to cancel the event. Now, and then I made a comment about it, and it is a serious event. The guy over the building, I think someone in the family is very, very sick. So they canceled the building. So, without thinking, like I ever think before I say anything, I just thought that maybe the show could go on. Now, everybody's bombarded me already. You're the most heartless, cold-hearted person in the world because what do you mean the show could go on? But my point was, Bullet, I think before, and I'm not talking about the weather, natural disasters, the Hindenburg crashing or anything like that, Bullet. I'm just talking about when you just make a call like that to cancel the show. There's a lot of stuff involved, and I don't think nobody thinks about it.
Yeah, people make travel plans, and of course, the dynamics of families are different. What if that was that one weekend that a father was going to have his kids and he wanted to take them to wrestling?
Yes.
What if it's a situation where, somebody's ailing or something like that and they just want to see some wrestling?
Yes.
What if, all kinds of things. What if it's the 1 week out that this family gets to spend time and then now they're not going to see wrestling for several months and stuff like that?
That's exactly right.
What if there's this going on or that going on? And then, of course, also, too, there's our end of it that there's people that participate, those that depend on that income.
Yes, exactly.
Much like yourself.
Exactly.
There's a lot of those things, too, because, I remember many times I think very vividly, and this popped in my head recently, too, is I actually did a ring rental in Virginia, and actually my cousin had passed away from leukemia. But as opposed to going home, I know that highspots.com required me to be at this ring rental. And I knew that I had to be there for this ring rental for the show to go on, because at that time we didn't have the staff we have right now.
Right, exactly.
So I had to forego going to a family member's funeral because business had to happen. That's why I think I am very cold and callous, much like yourself.
Right, right.
When things like that happen, because I have made those sacrifices too, because that was a benefit for the fire department.
Right, right.
Now, if I can't come, the ring doesn't show up, and there's all these other things,
That's
that fire
exactly
department, who saves lives, doesn't get that
Needed
money.
That's exactly right.
You know, and that's the thing, is like, but also too, that's the thing that makes wrestling as cold and as rough as it. But that's what business is.
That's exactly right.
So you know, I definitely understand that as a person, but
And
at the same time too, I made those sacrifices themselves.
Right, and see that I'm so glad that you added that, Bullet, because everybody just thought I just made a smart comment and I didn't care about nobody's family or nothing like that. And that wasn't it at all. I just, the way I looked at it is the individual that canceled the event, really, yeah, it was his building, but as far as the event part,
there's one person
that's exactly right.
That's affected by that, and now there's multiple people.
That's exactly right. And they've already tried to rebook the date. Well, this is where I come in behind it. We don't have, and I'm very thankful for this, is what I'm getting at. We don't have another date to give them till summer. And that's not bragging, folks. I'm just saying, when we give you that one date, we gave you that date, and we continue to book everything around it. And when you take that away, we can't just do the next Saturday, Bullet, if that makes sense. So thank you so much for enlightening that. And because I, you know, before I started swinging and punching people and stuff for making stupid comments, I didn't know what they're talking about. I was very concerned and very caring about that situation. But like you said, I'm not saying the show could have went on, but I'm just saying there's a lot of stuff involved in just canceling a show. That's what I'm getting at this week.
Just folding up the doors isn't probably about ready to go. Like finding a suitable replacement to watch the building or do whatever. I know people have personal things and they need to take care of those personal things.
Right.
But they're, you know, in an aspect like that where you made a promise to somebody to have this happen.
Yes.
You've got to come through.
And see, with me and you, there's other people that wait for our decision. Nobody understands that. It's not in the wrestling business. But, you know, we have to hear a decision from someone because we got people waiting on our decision. Exactly. What time do I need to be there? When do you want me there? So it ain't just cut and dry as everybody thought. So, anyway, I just wanted to touch on that right here real quick, Bullet, because there's just a lot going on besides just setting that ring up. I mean, but we cannot, because I don't know when they're going to redo this event. Because we can't stop what we're doing. So there's a lot involved. Of course, the comment was brought up, well, that's why Ricky Morton double books himself, because of that stuff happened. Now, that don't justify right or wrong, but you can see why Ricky Morton keeps 3 or 4 bookings on a Saturday, Bullet, because, like you said, the ones that, you know, we depend on that, and then when you just take it away, just one decision, we're left, you know, flapping around, waiting for somewhere to go, you know, to go. And it's just,
it's even like the upcoming shows this weekend. I lose sleep over them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's
or
exactly
whether they're going to happen or not, and am I going to be there or not? I think I've been trained to have that mentality of never being relaxed.
That's exactly right.
Because I mean, they could cancel a building here, and we get an upcoming girls show in March, you know, and I'm not going to sleep well until half that rent's paid.
That's exactly right.
Even when they have that rent's paid, there's no guarantee that person's just going to say, nope, we can't take it away from you.
That's exactly right. And that's what we want to do here, folks, is just for a minute let y'all, that's what we try to do here at Dad, You Don't Work Your
That's why
television.
We look so old, is because the stress is killing us.
That's called the wrestling, so get out, don't get in it. But I want everybody to see, it ain't just the glory part. Well, there's a lot, that just about this past weekend, those 2 events, by the time we took the ring down, loaded it in Concord and got back home, it was about time to get up again and head back, because we had to be there that afternoon.
We had to be in Winston-Salem for an earlier show.
We sure did. We sure did. So there's a lot going into this, folks, and I just want to share that with you, that sometimes I just think personally, and I can say that because my TV show is, I think sometimes decisions are made a lot without putting a lot of thought into it, I think, whether cancellation or not, Bullet. But anyway, with all that being pushed to the side, I do have a very, very special guest this week going into our idiot bag, Bullet. And, you know, the reason this guy's going in there, it ain't major like we usually have, Bullet, but what's so funny is everybody knows here at highspots.com, Dad, You Don't Work Your Rest too. We sell everything. We sell everything, and we sell ring canvases. Well, I love selling these. I love, you know, just helping out young groups starting out that needed a canvas and can't afford, you know, a real good, whatever. I like helping people. Anyway, and I always say, and as simple as it sounds, Bullet, I always say, I put something up on Facebook and the internet this week that ring canvases for sale. Please inbox me. Now, this is what I'm going to touch on right here. Just please inbox me for the price. Well, you know, 2 or 3 weeks went by, and I just checked back on this post that I posted, and boy, there was like 8 people below it asking me the price on the canvas.
Having it out in the comments section.
Oh, my gosh. And what really ticked me off is the rudeness of, I mean, they didn't say, hey, Mr. South, which is wrong anyway, but they said 16 by 16. What's the price? I mean, so there's like 6 of those.
Having it out in the comments section.
I'm thinking, no, wait a second. So finally, and this is why this individual will go in the idiot bag. Finally, somebody at the bottom posted after all of these, said, is George South ever going to answer these? My head, bullet, I about broke the computer in the library. I couldn't believe that. So I got on there and just simply said, yeah, I have answered it about 400 times. Because if you go back to the original thing, it says, please inbox me if you want to know the price. Okay? So the individual named Steve, the one at the bottom, not the 6 that, well, that's just too many. Well, there's a lot of idiots there, but the Steve at the bottom, it said, is George South ever going, like I ain't got nothing else to do, but Steve said, is George ever going to answer these? And so that really, and of course at the bottom I said, Steve, let me explain to you that I've already answered this 100 times. People keep asking me out in front how much these are, and I keep ignoring them. So Steve will go in the idiot bag this week, and you know what his comment was? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't get the memo. That just really aggravated me. There wasn't a memo, stupid. It was right there out in the open for the whole world, which is common sense.
Yeah.
So, I just thought of this. I wish I'd have said, if you want to know who goes in the idiot box, inbox me. If you don't know who goes in the idiot bag, but nobody would.
Yeah, James Earl Jones. Let's see what Alvin McDowell has to say.
Oh, I love that.
Anybody that gets that reference.
Yeah, I love that, Bullet. So anyway, Steve goes in the idiot bag this week just because, you know, you wonder sometimes, Bullet, how stupid people are. I mean, really. And I guess just Steve commenting, is George ever going to answer these? Like I would have put it up there just to ignore it. Bullet. But anyway.
Having it out in the comments.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. But anyway, so a lot going on, Bullet. I appreciate everybody. I do want to add this real quick, Bullet, and I wish I could think of her name, but I will have it by next week. The sweet lady came up to me in Ziggy's. Big fan of yours. She's actually, and she bought the book. She's a big Mid-Atlantic fan. And what was so cool about it, she even posted it in her little comment about meeting me.
Laura.
Yeah, Laura.
Yes. What
a sweet lady. And she said, what was so great is George even called Bullet. I mean, to her, and I'm thinking, man,
like he said, he even called Jake Bullet. No, he just called me Bullet because he didn't know Jake.
Yeah, I don't even know who Jake is, but I just thought it was neat that she thought that was cool. Like that's like your stage name or something. Yeah. You know, Bullet.
Like you just do that for the camera.
Yeah, exactly. But that was so amazing. But a sweet lady. She has already commented. She loved the book. Already read half of it, and it was just so neat. And she does next show she comes to. She said she comes to a lot of them. She wants to have you sign the book too. But I just thought it was neat that she made that special comment. She said that, man, he even called Bullet right there in front of me. So anyway, great things. A little news this morning. Wrestlecade, not far off. I know about 8 months away, Bullet, but they're
keep
already
announcing names every day.
But so I'm telling you what, buddy.
There's like maybe it was like 300 days or something.
300 days.
They got 300 names yet to announce.
Buddy, they done booked out there 29th. But anyway, some great news. Well, I won't spoil that till it gets out there. But I was very excited about who they got today. So, anyway, just heard that as I pulled into George South Training Center. So, a lot of big news, a lot of stuff going on. We're real busy. And one last plug, $5 wrestling big internet pay-per-view, right? This coming Sunday.
Concord, right? North Carolina.
El Patron.
El Patron Nightclub right there in Concord on highspots.tv. So, check it out as I do some very awful things to a very, very, very nice individual.
That's exactly right. And I'm going to be sitting there and get the popcorn ready, as my favorite football player, Terrell Owens, says. Well, I don't think he plays anymore, but anyway, I like it when he said get the popcorn ready. So, great things, Bull. Everything going on. We cover all areas.
Okay, and also, too, as I'll cover back in the day before, I'm going to be in Omega.
Yes, huge show.
Big show.
Big show.
Jeff Hardy's already added and will be wrestling on the show.
Wow.
So, Hardy Boys and
everybody
Shane
knows
Helms
I love, oh, man.
on the same side.
No, buddy.
So, it's gonna be a big one. I've heard ticket sales are doing extremely well. This is another fundraising event. It's I believe for
autism.
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 Yes. I had a feeling that's what it was. I didn't want to mispronounce or do whatever.
Yeah.
But
Can't believe I got it right.
Yes,
Bullet.
you got it right.
But I know it's big. I know it's huge,
It's
and
big.
we encourage everybody to go to that for a great cause. I think Hurricane them did some radio and news
They've
this
done
week.
some tremendous job, and it's going to be a very large event. So if you haven't already got your tickets,
So dang, you got discovered again, Bullet. What's going on here?
don't worry. Early in the day, I'm wrestling for Gouge Wrestling at a flea market. So so I will be wrestling at a flea market at 1 o'clock. Don't worry. I'm going to stay humble that day.
You're the only guy that got discovered and undiscovered in the same day,
Exactly.
Bullet. But I love that. No, I'm very proud of you, Bullet. Good job. Thank you for everything, Bullet. Great things going on here.
Where are you
George
loading
South
up the
TV.
truck this weekend, George?
Well, I am hoping, and probably since the big ring rental cancellation on Saturday that screwed up everything, and I ain't about to stay home. I've got two. There's actually a show in Monroe coming up, and there's a couple shows down below Kings Mountain, actually up Forest City for some great guys up there that I may go to one or the other. But RO's Barbecue is waving me towards 85 South, maybe to go up to Forest City. So
Hopefully I can get this episode real quick, and if you haven't already got a booking, you know where to get it.
I appreciate it.
And don't try and book them in the comments section.
No,
okay?
I know. Exactly, folks. What the heck, boy? It's so simple. But anyway, thank you, Bullet. And that's another thing we'll add real quick. When we don't just sit around. When something gets canceled, we'll adapt, Bullet.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm already looking for March 8th right now.
That's
I
exactly
now have
right.
an opening that way.
Yeah, very good. I love that. Thank you, Bullet. Thank you. Good show this week.
But another thing, if you are interested in buying George South's book,
Because it don't get canceled.
yes, and don't reply in the comment section of this YouTube video. Make sure you log on to highspots.com.
That's exactly right. Very good, Bullet. Very good. Thank you for commenting in on that. Because everybody thinks I'm the most cold-hearted. Well, I am the cold-heartedest wrestler in the world. But